Hello, filthy movie lovers. My name is Gentry Austin.
And I'm Casey Scott.
And we're the hosts of the Sin Syndicate, film podcast for something weirdos, anti-criterion bros, and Joseph Sarno aficionados. Join us semi-weekly as we peer into the adults-only theaters and sticky floored cinemas of the golden age of sexploitation, when the morals were loose, the laws were murky, and the intercourse was all simulated. Find us now on the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello and welcome to Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys. My name is Hunter. In this podcast, I'll be joined by a different guest each week to discuss a classic Western movie or TV show. I've been a fan of classic Westerns for as long as I can remember, and in recent years, they've become very nostalgic for me. I love the aesthetic, the tropes, and I love seeing different filmmakers' takes on them. At their best, they're incredibly entertaining, rewatchable, and some of my all-time favorite movies are Westerns. We'll mostly focus on Western movies made in Hollywood, but we'll also be covering spaghetti Westerns, and one thing I'm very excited to get into are Western TV shows. I've got some amazing guests coming on the show, film professors, historians, and podcasters. And Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys is part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, and many guests on the show will be from other shows on the network. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the Kulturecast. I'm Chris Stachiw, and I'm joined on my trip to fucking Nilbog. I'm already angry. I'm already fucking triggered by, as always, Eric Kniss.
Dude, I want to know who thought it was a good idea to call it Nilbog, first of all. And then second of all,
an asshole.
I want to know. I want to know where Nilbog is, and I want to burn it to the goddamn ground because fuck these people and fuck this movie.
Yes, agreed. And we're also joined this week by good friend of mine, Mr. Phil Mackie.
Hey, thanks for having me, even if we are talking about this movie, which is, by all regards, a dumpster fire. But I'm happy to be along for the ride.
Yeah, I texted you over the weekend, and I was like, yeah, we're doing Troll 2 for the Kulturecast this week. And you're like, are you reading my mind? I was like, oh god, did you just watch it? You have to be on this Kulturecast then. And here we are. So
yes.
This movie is fucking trash. If you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about another horror sequel and a film. I think this film truly classifies as one of the worst films ever made, Troll 2.
It's probably the worst movie that I've ever seen, and that's hard to do, so.
That's a steep title, certainly.
Yeah, right. The film stars Michael Paul Stephenson, who would go on to direct a documentary about Troll 2 called Best Worst Movie, and George Hardy, who would go on to be a fucking dentist, of all things. And it's directed, right? It's directed by Claudio Fragasso, who directed the film under his English name, which sounds like a villain from James Bond, Drake Floyd. The IMDb synopsis is: a family vacationing in a small town discovers the entire town is inhabited by goblins in disguise as humans who plan to eat them.
You're late.
I'm sorry we had a small mishap.
Here are the keys. Here are ours.
Have a nice stay in Nilbog.
And you in our city.
Still telling the same story, Josh?
Powers of evil are very strong here. I must leave.
Goblins don't exist. Goblins don't exist.
And remember,
They're eating her!
so they're going to eat me! so dizzy.
Kids with a sweet tooth like yours love ice cream.
Delicious and purified.
For the sacred power of the magic stones!
I need help, Grandpa!
No!
Alright, so let's dig into this shit. Eric, I'm curious your thoughts on the film. You are the only one out of the three of us who'd never seen it before. So what did you think of Troll 2, a film that has no trolls in it?
This is the worst movie I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of really, really bad movies, and most of them I can find some sort of redeeming quality to like help me get through it. You know, just like it's like, oh, you know, I can enjoy this aspect of the movie, or I can enjoy making fun of, you know, this character or this other part of it. But no, man, not a single part of this movie was fun for me to watch. And none of it was good. None of it was even fun to make fun of. It was hard. It was hard to get through. It was a rough movie.
It's stupid in a way that is mind-boggling.
It's hard to believe how stupid this movie is.
And I agree with you, Eric. It's like even in some of your less favorite cinema, there's redeeming qualities. And I guess one thing, as I finished this film, it kind of made me sad because I feel like there was a lot of work put into this for it to turn out the way it is. And I don't want to say it was like hard work because, you know, end result, but, you know, people really put a lot of time into this, and for it to just come out the way it is, it's I don't know, it's soupy. It's soupy at best.
Yeah.
So I saw this movie when I was in college for the first time, and I think my friends and I had seen like bits and pieces. I mean, everybody has seen the one scene from the film. Oh, they're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god. I mean, we've all seen that. That's like an internet goddamn meme at this point. But, I mean, the film that it is attached to is just fucking atrocious. The acting is as if the three of us went out and got a camera and started filming. I mean, none of us are actors, and we could probably act better than these people. Possibly, maybe, probably not. Everything about this film, down to the effects with the goblin masks, which look like they're made by a papier-mâché art class in, like, 3rd grade. The plot makes no sense. Again, the fact that, okay, this film was originally called Goblins, but then it was retitled Troll 2 to piggyback off of a film called Troll, which wasn't particularly successful to begin with, yet they figured Troll 1 had enough name draw power that they named this film Troll 2, even though, again, it had zero to do with Troll, and it had 0 trolls in it. They never say troll once in the entire film. They call them goblins, to the point where Nilbog is the name of the fucking town that they go to.
Hello, my name is Kevin Tudor, and I'm one of the 3 hosts of Almost Major, a film podcast dissecting many major indie studios and the films they release. Every week, myself, Charlie Nash, and Bryden Doyle discuss overlooked, forgotten, or bona fide classic indie films via studio-specific miniseries. We've previously covered numerous films from Artisan Entertainment, Lionsgate Films, and New Line Cinema. Titles including The Blair Witch Project, American Psycho, Dogville, But I'm a Cheerleader, Saw, Requiem for a Dream, and Ringmaster. You know, the Jerry Springer film. Anyways, we have a fun time every week, and we hope you will join us. Subscribe to Almost Major wherever you get your podcasts. Now proudly a part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
This film is a exercise in what I would call garbage filmmaking. This film exists for one reason and one reason only, which is for someone to make a film like this. Wouldn't you say this is like the first example of like an asylum film? It's like trying to trick the audience into thinking it's something that it's not. This film's literally called Troll 2, and it is a film originally called Goblins. Like, this is the original asylum film. Like, oh, transmorphers, oops, your grandma bought this for you by accident because she thought she was trying to buy you Transformers.
Transmorphers, or what is it?
Snakes on a Train.
The Snakes on a Train, thank you.
Well, Snakes on a Train is actually hilarious and amazing.
But it's still an asylum film.
Yeah, you're right. It is. But
I don't know, the missteps that Chris described, like in the movie title, there's just like a beginning of the woes for the film too, right? That's it on face value. And we haven't even really cracked the surface here. It is a gift that keeps on giving, I suppose.
But I mean, when you talk about the worst films ever made, this film comes up in that discussion.
And rightfully so, yeah.
Right. I mean, the plot for this film is so stupid. It almost deserves to be a little gone into, and we don't normally go super far into the plot of films because, you don't listen to us for us to describe scene by scene what the movie does. You listen to us so we can give you our thoughts on said film. But there is a scene in this film where Grandpa Seth, who died, who can come back to life magically, stops time for 30 seconds so that Joshua can piss on the food.
That is correct.
I like that. That is a correct statement.
It's just, if we're fact checking here, yeah.
It is astounding.
Yeah, this is probably the dumbest movie that I've ever seen, like, without a doubt.
It boggles the mind that this film was released in 1990. Like, this film feels like it was made in 81.
It really does. It has a very sort of dated feel to it. And yeah, if you weren't looking at the date specifically, you wouldn't really know. It also runs into, and I don't know if it's too early to get to this, but it also runs into like a classification problem where it's not a comedy, it's not a horror, it's not a family adventure movie. It's just it's Troll 2.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's almost bad to the point where it's almost like a weird family home movie where they tried to make a legit movie and it just turned out horribly. Like, this is what happens when you give little Timmy the family's camera and get everybody in the town to make paper mache masks and just let everybody run wild. Like, this is the kind of insane shit that happens. This is what happens when you let your kids follow their dreams. So don't ever do that.
This is what happens when you go off of a script written in Pidgin English. This film script was written in Pidgin English by an Italian screenwriter, aka director, aka Drake Floyd, aka Claudio Fragasso, and he wanted them to follow the words on the script verbatim. He wouldn't allow them to change it so it sounded like actual English dialogue. So that's why it sounds so fucking bizarre when they deliver their lines.
Okay.
That makes complete sense.
Yep. So I dug in a little bit too, and I guess the set was plagued with language problems, not just in that one instance you talked about, but just in the middle of a shooting. And that's got to be difficult for anybody. And, it's not the strongest plot to begin with, but a lot of problems with this one.
And Claudio Fragasso, from all accounts, sounds like a real prick. He has denied that the allegations that this script was written in terrible English and he forced them to stick to the English that he wrote, which was apparently Pidgin English. He's denied that, like, on multiple occasions because, apparently he can't take the fact that this film is fucking terrible. Like, this film is directed by someone who I would say is delusional. Again,
I think it's quite possible, yes.
Yeah. This is, when you think about the film like The Room, right? It has, Tommy Wiseau, I would say, is very charismatic. He's a total wackazoid. But Tommy Wiseau is at least charismatic. They're not making a Claudio Fragasso story. They're making the disaster artist into a film. It's coming out in like 2 months.
It looks kind of amazing.
Right, but like Tommy Wiseau is charismatic. Like, from all accounts, Claudio Fragasso is just like a total psycho who's like, you're going to make this film my way. It's like, all right, well, it's going to be broken English. And there's going to be like weird over-sexualization of like a 14-year-old who's talking about like gangbanging and sucking dicks, which is really uncomfortable.
Yes. That was all very odd because...
how old is she supposed to be?
Who knows?
I don't know. but I didn't do my first gangbang until much later.
Right. She like looks like 14 or 15, and she's wearing like
maybe
super revealing clothing in that first scene that we're introduced to the character of Holly. It's upsetting. And then she calls her boyfriend a homo. It's straight up is like, you're a homo because you spend time with your friends.
Yeah. That was a little odd too. And then when you talk about the language barrier and just the way it would have to be verbatim, I could totally see that. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense a whole lot.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all if somebody wrote that and didn't mean for it to be absolutely retarded, because you'd almost have to try hard to make it that stupid. But somehow they did it perfectly, you know?
I mean, this is a film where one of the characters drowns in popcorn.
It's
Correct.
true. After maybe having sex with that lady who possibly sticks the popcorn or the corn kernel inside of her, I was like kind of aroused by that, if I'm being honest. But
I assume that she stuck that corn cob up his ass after sticking it inside herself. I don't know. I mean,
Right.
I mean, it could have gone
It's weird and suggestive in a lot of different ways, and it's
could have been anything.
Right.
They're like making out with a corn cob in between them. Like, what in God's name is going on here?
Never been so sexually aroused by corn in my life.
I can't walk down the frozen food section anymore at the grocery store. If I see Marie Callender's cream corn, I'm gonna pop a fucking boner. Like, it is that bad.
Creamed corn.
I
got some creamed corn for you right here.
Yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
more
Sure.
of an Orville Redenbacher's guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. I got some creamed corn for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This film, I think, ultimately, at the end of the day, like, when I look back on my experience with this film, it's not even very fun to watch.
No, it's pretty stupid. I mean, I watched
to
this
watch
movie
because it's just not, there's so much stuff that goes on that's not entertaining.
I think this is a way better movie to watch if you're in a group of people and you're all just like fucking stoked to make fun of this movie. But
stoked or stoned?
Either or both. Anything helps.
They're not mutually exclusive.
Right. Do
you love movies? So do I. What's up, y'all? It's KB, and I love movies. Inviting you to listen to The Conversation, a film podcast where passion meets perspective and opinion. From the old school to the new, I invite a guest on to discuss the movies that thrill us, challenge us, break our hearts, or even blow our minds. There's always new episodes dropping wherever you get your podcasts. So join the conversation. We don't just watch movies. We love talking about them too. The Conversation with KB Loves Movies, a part of Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hey, this is Jason Kleberg from the Force 5 podcast, a show that forces a guest to come up with a movie-themed top 5 list topic, and then we reveal our picks on air. Top 5 heist films, top 5 tearjerkers, top 5 movie dogs. Every show you'll be asking yourself, what would be on my list? Guests include directors, screenwriters, actors, podcasters, musicians, authors, and even a professional wrestler. Subscribe to the Force 5 podcast, and you won't just be a listener, you'll be a list nerd. The Force 5 podcast, available wherever you're listening now.
I definitely watched it alone, Eric, and I probably would have enjoyed it with the group. But it would be more. It's very sort of riff tracks friendly, among friends, because there's just so many opportunities for it.
This is like not even good enough to like count as, I mean, I don't know. The movies that they watch in movies like Riff or in things like Riff Tracks or like Mystery Science Theater 3000 or whatever are better than this movie. And those movies are notorious for being terrible, the worst movies. And that's the whole point of that show, is they watch terrible movies and make fun of them. And this movie, I feel like, is too bad to make fun of. Like, it's almost like kicking the disabled kid, after you take away his, whatever disabled device.
Wow.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Wheelchair or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's like fucking kicking a kid out of a wheelchair and then beating him with a hammer afterwards. It's unfair and in bad taste, and should never be done.
Yeah, but this film's asking for it.
It is. It's asking for it, and it's almost like it's too bad to make fun of. Like, I don't know.
I love how easily everyone and all like the family members buy into eating food that is dyed a shade of green that like barely exists in nature. It's like neon green and everything is green.
Yes.
And everyone in the family is just like totally okay with it. And then the ending somehow, oh my God. The ending makes zero sense too, because throughout the film you see that they have to eat this green shit. It looks like green goop. They have to eat this goop the entire film.
It was Jello. It was a lot of use
I don't
of
know if
green
that's
Jello.
fucking Jello, dog. That's pudding. That's a pudding pop. Like that's a pudding, dude. That's disgusting. And then at the end of the film, his mom just like eats an apple.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I give up with this movie.
Just an apple. Like what the flying fuck? Like everything about this film is infuriating.
Guys, I have to be frank with you. I didn't actually finish it in one sitting. I was just over it at one point and was very close to the end. So, I mean, generally I sit through this stuff, things like a Serbian film, but this somehow had me walking away.
Wow.
I think that says a lot. I think I was just done at a certain point. He talked to his grandfather for like the last time, I guess. I had my limit. I think it was relatively close to when they had the seance for the grandfather.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Again, why make a film called Troll 2 if it's about goblins? Jesus Christ. I know why they changed the title, but holy shit, did you think that the audience was going to be so stupid that they're not going to be like, where are the trolls?
I mean, yes. I'll be honest, I didn't ask that question one time.
Well, it's probably not hard to ask that question when your brain is melting out of your nose. Just like, and you have to like push it back in with a fucking Q-tip.
Yeah, I mean, I was good and drunk when I watched this movie and it still wasn't fun, so I don't know.
No, it's not fun. It's like, it's weird because it's trying to be a horror movie and then there's like body horror in it. And it's like really gross body horror.
For no reason.
It's gross body horror because of how fucking dumpster level the budget was. So like you have one of the characters turning into like vegetable matter and the goblins are just like eating her body. And then you have another character who turns into like a plant. And that's really disgusting and gross. But like there's this like weird body horror in a film that's literally just about goblins trying to get people to eat green shit so they can then eat them after they turn into green shit.
Exactly.
Oh, it's just mind-numbing.
It's pretty dumb. It's the stupidest movie I've ever seen, easily. I'm not
when we reflect back on the different incidences, it feels like we're talking about different films. But no, it's so, I don't know, it's so sandwiched that, it almost warrants a
sandwiches,
second. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Double-decker sandwich is what kills the goblins.
Yes. I don't want to talk about it.
The bologna sandwich is what kills the goblins.
I hate bologna.
I hate bologna too, but Jesus Christ, that's like in Batman vs. Superman where the jar of piss is a plot point. Like a double-decker bologna sandwich is a plot point in a actual film. Like what? Who was on?
It is the kryptonite. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a strange sense, it is a kryptonite of the scene. And I don't know if you saw it, but it was a whole package of bologna in a bun, which that's
upsetting.
Exactly. That alone.
It's pretty gross.
And then you have the Nilbog milk. I think my favorite scene in the film is when, what's the character's name? Drew goes to the general store and the general store manager is like trying to get him to drink Nilbog milk. That actor is so fucking creepy. Holy shit. That actor is hilarious. And also, he was high the entire time they were filming that scene, so that wasn't him acting. That was just him being him.
Oh, he was actually stoned.
Yeah, he was like fucking like stoned out of his mind.
That's amazing, dude.
Which
I would be stoned out of my mind.
The store owner who's trying to get one of the characters to drink the Nilbog milk.
Interesting.
The one who's like, they keep like cutting in close on his face and he's like, yeah, drink it. You feeling okay, boy? Like, oh.
Amazing.
Well, let's take a break and we'll talk a little bit more about this dumpster fire when we get back.
Who is Carl Kolchak?
He's a reporter.
Now that is news, Vincenzo. News! And we are a news paper. We are supposed to print news, not suppress it.
With the INS.
What's an INS?
Independent news service, sir. Founded in 1904 by Enrico Paluzzi.
Who seems to have a nose for the strange and unusual.
Well, last year in Las Vegas, I uncovered a series of murders that turned out to have been committed by a vampire.
And what is the Kolchak Tapes?
It's a podcast.
All about Carl Kolchak.
What's a Kolchak?
The Night Stalker.
And where can you get it?
On iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and at www.kolchaktapes.com.
As foolish a game as any that Gory the Ghoul could make up.
Movies have become a portal to a vast and growing pop culture universe, but you don't need to go over the rainbow to get your pop culture fix. Just head to Rainbow Comics, Cards, and Collectibles. They are your one-stop shop for comics, toys, posters, games, and more. Not a pop culture nerd? No problem. They have something for everyone, including a wide array of sports cards, collectible card games, even memorabilia. Stop by one of their 2 locations today. The flagship location at 3310 South Minnesota Avenue, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or their newest location at 1501 Pine Lake Road, Suite 17, Lincoln, Nebraska. Most importantly, don't forget to add them on Facebook for pop culture news, weekly live videos, and special events.
Here's what some people are saying about the Projection Booth podcast.
Week after week, I'm mesmerized by the focus given great films and questionable films alike. But every episode is a learning and entertaining experience.
This is hands down the best movie podcast. They cover so many different genres across so many years, from obscure movies to blockbusters.
If there's only one podcast about movies and cinema that you listen to, make it this one.
The Projection Booth Podcast, with new episodes available every week at projectionboothpodcast.com.
All right, we're back, and we're gonna wrap up talking about Troll 2. So I want to talk about, and we mentioned this already, that this is widely considered to be one of the worst films ever made. How would you guys rank this against other worst films ever made? Like, let's see, like The Room, Jesus Christ, Birdemic, Alone in the Dark, Geely, if you've seen it because you hate yourself. Battlefield Earth, which everybody has seen at this point.
This is the worst movie I've ever seen. Easily the stupidest, most not even remotely fun piece of shit that has ever graced my beautiful, beautiful television, and I'm sad about it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even have fun watching this movie. Like, I thought I would have fun watching it because I've heard so many people say, like, oh my God, it's the worst. Like, it's amazing how bad it is. And it's just, I've seen The Room like multiple times. I've gone and seen, like, in LA, there is a theater where you can go to like a midnight screening of it, and people throw fucking spoons and shit, and like, it's a good time. And this movie is just none of that. Like, there's no good time to be had watching this movie. It's just a sad time the whole time. And I don't ever need to do it again. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't think you could make a worse movie if you were trying to make a movie this bad on purpose. I think it would still come out funny, where this movie just came out like really kind of sad and dumb. And like, there's a couple of parts that, you know, we've joked about, you know, the store clerk who's actually for real stoned, and the weird corn on the cob section that's like kind of sexy in like this weird way.
I think the only person who finds it sexy is you.
You know what? If you don't think it's sexy, you're kidding yourself.
I'm with Eric on this one.
But yeah, I don't find that there's a lot in this movie that is really worth checking out. Yeah, there's not going to be a repeat visit from me. We'll just put it that way.
What about you, Phil?
Yeah. So Eric brought up a lot of good points, but I think actually he summed it up really well. Like, even at the beginning of this podcast, and it was that even a bad movie will have some sort of redeeming quality, some silver lining. And I don't think that there's really a silver lining with this one. When you kind of dig into maybe some of the structural things that were going on, you know, we had the language barrier and maybe some egotism at the onset, but really it just doesn't excuse kind of the magnitude of this. And so I like to think that I enjoy cheesy cinema, but this goes well beyond cheesy. So I'm going to say this is easily one of the worst, if not the worst films ever. And I'm struggling to come up with a parallel So that's kind of where I'm at. I think it's definitely a waypoint, a landmark for me.
You know, I'm surprised it took us this long. It took us 3 years to get to this film. I started the Kulturecast October 20th, 2014. This Kulturecast is coming out 1 day shy of that in 2017. It took us 3 years to get to this film. And it's probably been 6 or 7 years since I've seen this film. I could go the rest of my life without seeing this film. I watched The Room earlier this year. The Room is a fun, stupid movie. It's really stupid, but every time I watch The Room, I notice something different. And The Room, it has such a quick pace too that it doesn't really feel like, it's an hour and a half. This film is an hour and a half and it feels like 2 hours. It is plodding and boring and it is too stupid to be fun. It is just stupid.
Yeah.
And when we talk about the worst films ever made, contemporary worst films, you've got like The Last Airbender or pretty much anything Adam Sandler has made in the last 10 years.
Abby Doobie, dude.
God damn it. Abby Doobie Dabby? Yeah, got it. Moving on. You have films like Ballistics, X vs. Sever. I mean, a film based off of a Game Boy game. Baby Geniuses 2, Birdemic. It's just...
They made a second Baby Geniuses?
Yeah.
Are they still babies or are they like infants? Is it infant geniuses?
It's new babies.
There are more Baby Geniuses?
Yes. Baby Genius. It's called Super Babies Baby Geniuses 2.
Is it still in the original universe, or is this, a departure from the original storyline arc?
Okay, is this the canon universe of the Baby Geniuses? You know what? It should be called Hellbound Baby Geniuses 2.
I would watch that.
Hellraiser.
I would
watch that movie also.
Battlefield Earth is a stupid fucking movie, but Battlefield Earth is hilarious because it's so bad.
Well, it's also historically accurate if you ask fucking, what's his fucking face?
People who live in LA, right? All praise be to Elron.
Why have I seen that movie so many times? Like, I'm personally uncomfortable with how many times I've seen Battlefield Earth.
I think I've only ever seen it one time, thank fucking God. But
it was on TV a lot, like, a couple years back. It might still be.
Batman versus Robin. Batman and Robin.
Batman versus Robin, dude. I would watch that movie.
That movie should be called Batman versus Arnold, because that's all it is. It's just Arnold one-liners, the movie. And it's stupid fun. I mean,
it's amazing
about that movie. It's
hilarious. Exactly. Whoa! Are we talking smack about that movie? Because no.
Every time I hear someone say that movie is terrible, the way that I pitch it to them is: imagine if they did Batman 1966 in the 90s. That's all it is. It's literally the 1960s Batman in the 90s. That's all it is. If you have never seen Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin, you won't understand why Batman and Robin is so hilarious. Because it's essentially just them doing it in the 90s.
Yeah.
Gone are the days of Batman being fun thanks to Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan making Batman dark and brooding. Batman did have an air of fun to him at one point, folks. I know that kids today don't believe that. But, and then you have films like Garbage Pail Kids, Mac and Me, which has essentially become a fucking joke every time Paul Rudd goes on Conan O'Brien's show, which is the only reason anyone should know what Mac and Me is. But
I've seen it.
I've seen it too.
If you're looking for more horror outside of the mainstream, look no further than Unsung Horrors, a podcast about underseen horror movies. I'm Lance.
And I'm Erica. Every other week, we'll cover a horror movie with fewer than 1,000 views on Letterboxd. We'll even give you double feature recommendations to pair with the movies we discuss.
From gothic to shot on video, from slashers to comedies, from giallo to J-horror. We'll cover all the subgenres. So join us as we unearth these hidden gems of horror.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Unsung Horrors, available wherever you listen to podcasts. And part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
It is. There's a part where there's a dancing teddy bear, which is essentially just the alien in a it's fucking awful. if you have to go watch it, watch it. But Jesus Christ, Mac and Me is just, oh my God. It is the worst.
It's not good.
No, but like, it's fun, not good. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could sit back and laugh. Like, but not with Troll 2.
No, this movie's not fun. This movie's just dumb. And maybe this movie is too dumb even for us. That could be
I think it's too dumb for us. I think if we were stupider, then maybe we would have had a better time with this movie. I
don't know. Who likes this movie? Who is this movie for?
I don't think this movie's for anybody. I'm going to be honest. I think this movie is for the trash. And not trash people, just like the trash can. Even garbage people deserve better cinema than this movie.
Even Garbage Pail Kids deserve better films than this. Yeah, this is the worst film. Jesus. This is the worst film we've done on a Kulturecast. In our 3 years of doing this, this is the worst film we've ever talked about. And Eric, I know that this is the worst film you and I have talked about.
Yeah, I would definitely rather watch all the movies that we saw last month for like harsh movie month than watch this movie ever again.
I'd rather watch Poultrygeist than watch this film.
Oh my God, Poultrygeist was amazing.
Poultrygeist is awful, but it's awful in like a Sam Raimi, Lloyd Kaufman, like over the top, disgusting kind of way.
It's amazing. It's fantastic.
It's amazing because that's how you and I met, so I'll give it a pass. So
sure. Aw.
You know, I'd rather watch Freddy Got Fingered than Troll 2.
I would rather watch a guy named Freddy get fingered than watch this movie.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's not exactly what we were talking about, but, you know, Pornhub.com/gay. That'll help you out if that's what you're looking.
Hey, man, it doesn't need to be 2 dudes named Freddy. All there needs to be is 1 dude named Freddy in there.
Fair enough. I do like that Michael Stephenson kind of made a documentary about the film because I think that allowed him to kind of, I don't know, put the film to rest, if that makes sense. Like getting to see the behind the scenes of this film and like where these people are like 20 years later. I think, you know, Best Worst Movie is actually a really good documentary.
I would hope so.
It allows you to see like, it allows you to see a side of this that we don't get to see, which is how being in something like this affects your life, right? Like how is someone in a film like this and how does that like affect them? And like what effect does that have on you as a person being in one of the worst movies ever made?
Yeah, I would actually, now that I've seen the actual movie, I am very interested in seeing that documentary, which I'm seeing bits and pieces of, but never really like gave it a ton of time because like I've never seen the source material. Like, you know, how am I supposed to know what the fuck they're talking about if I don't know what the fuck a Nilbog even is?
Right.
Which I'm going to start just calling people Nilbogs, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for it, and people are going to think that I'm racist. But, you know, if you don't know, then you don't know.
Nilbog always cracks me up because it reminds me of A Troll in Central Park, how the main character in that film's name is Lort with 2 L's, which is just troll backwards.
Oh, man. Nice. Oh, man.
If you've never seen A Troll in Central Park, now that's a film. That is an American cinema classic. Charles Nelson Riley as what would seem to be a gay troll in Central Park with an unquenchable green thumb. That's a pretty good pairing with either The Green Inferno or Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh, The Green Inferno.
Green Inferno.
Another Blumhouse film.
That movie was also bad, but hilarious at the same time. So
starting with you, Phil, what would you give this film out of 5?
Oh man, can I do negatives?
Anything lower than 0 is essentially it's trash. I'm not sure we've given anything a 0 on the Kulturecast yet.
Because I like numbers. I am going to give it a number, but it's going to be like a 0.12.
Begs the question: what did it get? 0.1. What did it get? 1.2% of? What is it getting? No, you said 0.12, 12%.
Yeah, out of 5. Because just whole numbers, I don't know.
It doesn't deserve a whole number.
Not even a square sort of, fraction, like 0.25. Let's just go, like I said, 0.12.
What about you, Eric?
This movie's getting a hard 0 from me. It can fucking suck a dick and never come up for air.
Yeah, this film is real bad. It's a film that if you watch film and you're even like remotely into movies, you've heard of this film and you've probably seen this film. And if you actually like this film, I want to know why people like this film. Because we don't like it, and we love terrible movies. Like, I would seriously like to know why people like this film. Because for me, this film has no redeeming qualities. So, this film is a hard 0 for me. I'm right there with you, Eric. This film is just fucking awful. It's a film that just, everything about this film is just bad. What do you guys think this film has on Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh, it's got to be in the single digits.
I may have kind of ruined my chance because I took a peek earlier. So I'm going to forgo because I think I've got a good idea. But that's just because I was looking at this. After I finished the movie, I had to learn more. So go for it.
I think it's got to be in the maybe 5.
6%.
Oh,
wow.
6. It doesn't have a critics consensus, though. There are some kind of, let's see, what do some of these reviews say? Entertainment Weekly, which was not Owen Gleiberman at the time, taking off in its own entirely misguided direction. It tells the story of an average, not to mention lousy acting, American family that vacations in a town infested with Marty Allen clones who cause folks to sweat green chlorophyll and turn into trees. Well, that's an insult to Marty Allen, the fantastic actor who you would know him as Igor from Young Frankenstein, which, yes, one of the trolls does have eyes that look to be popping out of its sockets. So, guess they're not wrong, but that's kind of insulting. So we're going to take another break and play a preview for the next Kulturecast.
Oh, hey, you're up.
Am I in a dorm room?
Yeah, I folded your pants for you.
Great.
Dude, did you hit that or what?
Don't show it, it's your birthday.
Stop global warming.
We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip and party like it's your birthday.
You sneaky little biatch. Maybe you should switch to water next time. Super helpful. Don't be late to the party tonight. Okay, bye. Bye. Tree, happy birthday.
You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Look, mommy, I got the ex again and taking drugs. I'm in the habit.
You scared me.
You're up.
Look, I know this isn't gonna make any sense. Stop global warming? I feel like I'm losing my mind. You sneaky little biatch. Happy birthday. I've already lived through this day. Somebody's gonna kill me tonight. So you can hear now.
But is everything okay?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Assuming that I believe any of this is even possible.
Sprinklers. Car alarm.
The way I see it, you have unlimited amount of lives. Unlimited opportunities to solve your own murder.
So I'm supposed to keep dying until I figure out who my killer is?
You want to live to see tomorrow, right? Whoever's killing you knows it's your birthday.
Pretty much the entire school knows.
These are signs of major trauma. You should be dead.
You relive the same day over and over again. Kind of start to see who you really are.
I did it! Woo!
All units, we've got a 187.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh, God damn it. That's right. We're continuing Horrortober with a... God damn it, Eric, you turd. With another Blumhouse film that apes Groundhog Day to the point of referencing it in the film Happy Death Day. So before I ask you guys what's been up with you, I do think that we should take this moment to talk about something. And this is... We're going to get serious here for a second. And I think that this is the perfect podcast to do that on, considering how everything we've talked about up to this point has been pretty humorous. The whole Harvey Weinstein thing. And we don't really cover news anymore in the podcast. We used to when we first started, but we don't really anymore. It's not a surprise that this has been going on in the industry. And while none of us have experienced it because we're not actors, the issue I have with all of this is the only reason Harvey Weinstein got in trouble is because we found out.
Yeah.
Not because he's been doing it. It's been an open secret for, it sounds like for 20 years at least.
Yeah.
The New York Times writing an article should not have been the reason that this fucking clown got fired.
Yeah.
Okay. And that, for me, as someone who works in this industry, and you too, Eric, it's embarrassing that everyone essentially turned a blind eye to it.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what this is.
I mean, it's not surprising to me at all, though, especially me as somebody who has, really grown up in LA my entire life, and I've lived in different sections and in and around LA forever. And I've got a lot of friends who work in different facets of the industry. I mean, I don't work in the film industry. I'm more on the music side of things and sort of just tangentially into film and things like that. Even I hear horror stories, about stuff that happens in the music industry, and even in a smaller subset of the music industry, of the kind of music that I play and the shows that I go to and things like that. And so you think that something like this going on with such a high profile person in such like an overt way, to the point where like people have been making jokes about this outwardly for a long fucking time. And I don't know, for this to come out now and for people to just kind of like shit a brick because everybody found out is just really disheartening, and it's terrible and shitty. And I think that anybody like Harvey Weinstein, or anybody who feels bad for Harvey Weinstein or is complicit in anything like this at all, ever, in any industry, not even just the film industry, is a disgusting waste of human life, and honestly should just be put out of their misery. But we can't really do that to people because, that's frowned upon. So
look at it this way, right? Like and this is something this is non-industry specific. This is something we can all an example we can all understand. Everybody's been making jokes since the 90s that the government is spying on people. And it took, Snowden literally leaking information for everyone to be given concrete evidence that this was going on.
Yeah.
Right? And so here's proof. The government's spying on everyone. And so now this is the exact same thing. We're not even, and that's the problem. We're not even given concrete evidence. That's the worst part. This is literally like what Hannibal Buress did with the Bill Cosby allegations, where he's like, hey, Bill Cosby raped a bunch of people. Look it up. Like, that started a firestorm that disgraced Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't get convicted, Bill Cosby will never work in the industry again.
No.
Harvey Weinstein is the exact same thing. He had allegations on a national level by a national news publication, and that's what forced him out of the Weinstein Company. However, my issue with it is, why the fuck did it take them publicizing it on a national level for this to be the case? Really, why? People have known about it for years, and everyone's just kept quiet. And I understand why. It's because if you say something to the contrary in Hollywood, you're blacklisted.
Yes. You got to tiptoe around the truth.
Right. Because Harvey Weinstein is a powerful person. I mean, look at Bryan Singer. The documentary An Open Secret is a fantastic documentary about child abuse in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And underage sex in Hollywood, and how directors prey upon that.
Yeah.
An Open Secret. That's the name of the documentary. Harvey Weinstein's actions were an open secret to the point people were making jokes about it.
Yeah.
Can we not let this happen again?
I would really like it to not happen again, but I don't know. The fact that it happened at all in the first place, and especially the fact that it went on for so long without any repercussions, doesn't give me hope that things are going to change for the better in the future. It really just makes me feel worse about it, and just kind of, I don't know. When things like this happen, it really like solidifies my deepest, darkest fears that like deep down, most people are just like terrible human beings, and that's like a shitty thing to think about. And
you can look at it that way, but I hope that this much attention and dialogue will really.
Hello, this is Aaron West. I am the author of the A24 New Wave. In this book, I look at A24's output and I make the argument that we are in a new wave movement right now. A24 plays a major role. This book has a supplemental podcast where each episode is a brief conversation about an A24 related topic, whether an actor, director, or even a genre. As I continue research for the book and conduct interviews, I expect to record podcast episodes with people involved with the company. You can find the podcast at cinejourneys.com or wherever you find podcasts, and we are proud to be members of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Either awaken people who were the idle bystanders that you were talking about, Chris, or even people in their daily life, because I think that's really... It is present, is ever present. Like, I think it's across all industries too. It's just.
It is. I mean, this is not a Hollywood thing.
Right, exactly.
There are plenty of women that go to work every day and they're afraid of their boss and they're afraid to get fired because if they tell HR that their boss was doing something sexually inappropriate to them, they'll get fired.
Gone. Right.
Yeah.
So I hope that the discussion would ignite, people to strive towards a better future away from that reality, because it is reality and it's just shitty. It's super shitty. But yeah.
And look, people, it's like the fucking, I hate the TSA, but it's like that TSA thing you see at the airport. If you see something, say something. Like these assholes in Hollywood sitting and being like, well, I knew about it, but I didn't say anything. Like, are you for fucking real? And now you're coming out and like, I'm so ashamed I didn't say anything. You know what? You should be fucking ashamed. Yeah. You should be ashamed of yourself. And you should be ashamed that your industry insulated people like that from being punished. You should be fucking ashamed because everyone else is more ashamed of you for it.
Yeah. In my mind, those people are just as guilty and deserve just as severe a punishment.
Yeah. Emma Thompson coming out and saying, well, I knew about it and didn't say anything. Well, you're a fucking asshole then.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say anything? You fucking clown. Fucking clown's not even strong enough. You're an idiot, a moron. If you think that you can't say anything about it, then you know what? Don't come out and say anything now. Because it's better for you to just shut the hell up. Because that's all you've done up until this point, is shut the hell up.
Yeah, to come out and say you feel guilty now, it's like, well...
Duh. Did you not feel guilty up until this point?
I mean, I get that it's hard for people to talk about this. And, it's stuff that, like, do you really want to be... Do you want to be known in the industry as the person who is, the tattletale or whatever, or the whistleblower, or however you want to fucking name it? And what really sucks is it feels like there's this really negative stigma attached to people coming out and speaking out against things like this, which is insane to me that like there would be any sort of negative connotation to that at all. But there is, and it's awful. And I think until we can get to a point where people feel safe talking about this stuff and really coming out and saying that they were assaulted or harassed, and the repercussions of that being that the person who is doing the harassing or the assault is the person who is, losing their job or having any sort of like negative actions like taken against them. That's what needs to happen. We can't keep looking at the victims and saying that it's their fault before we fix this, because at a certain point, we're not going to be able to fix it if we're blaming the wrong people.
And again, we've seen scenarios where women make things up and men make things up. This is not a gender issue. No. This is a humanity issue. There have been cases where people will make stuff up.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that colors our judgment as a society to be like, well, we blame, can't trust anybody. And you know what? To some extent, that's shitty. And to some extent, we do have to be careful. But when like 30 or 40 people are leveling harassment allegations against one person, this isn't mass hysteria. This isn't groupthink.
Yeah.
It's not a conspiracy at that point.
Yeah. Bill Cosby definitely raped women. Come on. He didn't get he didn't get convicted of it, but he was raping women. Like, he got convicted in the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
And Harvey Weinstein will probably never get prosecuted. He won't get prosecuted. He'll go and he'll live off of his money for the rest of his life, and that's fine. And you know what? The worst part about all this is the people that aren't saying anything now are the ones who benefited the most from him. Look at all of the politicians that got tons of donations from him that haven't said a word edgewise. Okay? That's a huge... Like, I'm not a bipartisan politic person at all, but the Democratic Party got like millions of dollars from Harvey Weinstein. Y'all need to say something. Y'all need to distance yourselves from this if you're going to call the president a pussy grabber, but you were allowing a serial sexual assaulter to bundle donations for you and host parties for you. Like, you guys need to get your shit together. So, just saying, this whole thing is radioactive. Anything that it touches, it infects it. And that's the worst thing. And like you said, Phil, the best thing about this is it's bringing it up into the public eye again.
I think that's the only silver lining that you could have with this. But that's awareness.
Awareness. And again, if you see something, say something. If you know someone that this has happened to, do you want to work somewhere where it's okay to not say anything?
Absolutely.
Ask yourself
not.
that. So, anyways, we had to address it because it's in the news. Like, it replaced everything last week, which is astounding. So it replaced every single piece of news, and it's still going on. So, because he was ousted from Weinstein, he was ousted from the Academy. Films that Weinstein Company was releasing have now been put indefinitely on hold, like what's it called? The Thomas Edison movie with Benedict Cumberbatch. The release date has been postponed indefinitely.
I mean, let's be real. Does anybody really care about that movie anyways?
I was just about to say,
maybe not, but still, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just really sad to me that
it validates so many rumors and all the jokes. The casting couch, like, that's a joke to the point where, like, pornos, like, there's a whole porno genre of the casting couch. Like, that's reality, folks.
Yeah.
I just think people in power will always use that as a veil, and yeah.
Yeah, and there you go. Look, in every industry, there's always people doing this, and here it is in the entertainment industry.
Correct.
Yep. It's sad, but it's sad that it got verified to be true because, again, and then there's all kinds of rumors that are coming out of it now too, which are like really salacious. But anyways, so back on topic. Phil, what have you been up to?
So I just finished 3 days of that at Austin City Limits, and it was a great time. Other than that, I've been out of town for a little bit, and back here to work here in Austin, Texas, ready to roll.
The hipster scum central of Texas.
It is. It's the blue dot in the middle of Texas. No, that's not true. There's Dallas too, but still very much. Yeah, exactly. Ish.
Yeah. What about you, Eric?
Same old. Just hanging out, rocking through all the horror movies that I can think of for this month. I was actually going to ask. I mean, I've been asking you for like the past couple of episodes, but maybe I'll ask both of you guys. What are your like October Halloween time horror movies that I need to watch, that I should definitely watch if I haven't watched already?
I mean, you're going to watch Halloween, right?
Yeah, I watched the original one, and then I'll watch the Rob Zombie one, too.
Oh, wow.
I like the Rob Zombie one, okay? God, get over it.
Oh, yeah. Get over it, guys.
It's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me.
John Carpenter needs to get over it calling Rob Zombie a piece of shit or whatever.
I saw that. And yeah.
God.
Oh, really? He called Rob Zombie a piece of shit?
Yeah.
Or something to that effect.
Was it after the first movie or the second movie?
It was after the first movie.
And then he still made the second movie.
There was like a fake John Carpenter article where he was like bitching about Get Out, and that was like fake.
Oh, yeah.
Then there was a thing like last year where it was like John Carpenter actually thinks that Rob Zombie's a piece of shit. So, okay. So, great.
Yeah.
You got any suggestions for Eric, Phil?
At this point, no. I'm sorry to say that. That's terrible. I was just kind of thinking back, and quite often I find myself revisiting the same horror films. And me and Chris have talked about Hellraiser. And I mean, those are great to revisit. And recently I just kind of went through all the Alien, not anything released in the last 10 years. And that was a good trip down memory lane too.
You mean you don't like Covenant, sir? The Covenant is so good.
No, couldn't get through it.
It is a return to form for the series.
Was it really?
The people who missed the Xenomorph and Prometheus probably thought so.
Yeah.
How many fucking times are we going to talk about Covenant? This needs to fuck off, for real.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because, like, we wanted it to be good, and then it was really bad, and it's, like, probably one of our, like, collective favorite franchises of all time, and they fucked it up, so we're pissed about it.
You done did it again. You done fucked it up.
Well, according to Ridley Scott, we got 6 more movies on the way, so he's got 6 more chances to make it.
Oh, thank God. I'll make it right.
I give up.
I'll fix it. Yeah, if you haven't watched Street Trash yet, Eric, you still have time.
I don't know what that is.
It's a body horror movie about a liquor that melts people from the inside out.
Oh my God, I need to watch it. Oh my God, can we talk about this? Because we're recording this today. Do you guys watch Trailer Park Boys at all?
Yes. Wow.
Mr. Leahy has passed. We need to say a quick rest in peace for Mr. Leahy. And I'm gonna get on the liquor after this podcast is over, and I'm gonna pour a lot out for Leahy because Lord knows the man's a legend. The man was a legend. Great actor. Will always be known in my heart as Mr. Leahy, and will be missed.
Yeah.
You know what? I have a suggestion, and this is not horror. And this is going to answer the what I've been up to question.
Okay.
If you haven't watched Mindhunter yet on Netflix.
Oh, I just started it like yesterday. Oh my God, it's so good.
Amazing. The first episode is really bad.
Yeah, the first episode is just set up.
No. The first episode is legit not good.
It's whatever.
Like, it is a bad pilot episode. Like, if you watch the first episode of Mindhunter and you're like, oh my God, this show is awful. Yeah, the first episode is so bad, you could probably skip it.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be a little bit lost going into the second episode, at least for a little bit. But yeah, dude, the second episode when he starts talking to Ed Kemper is amazing.
So what sort of nightmare has the Netflix binge season releases? Now shows don't even have to have like a decent pilot, that semblance of the television series at all. That's interesting.
I mean, here's the thing. It's got such a fantastic pedigree behind it that, like, I can forgive the first episode being so bad because it's directed by David Fincher. The first 2 episodes are. And Fincher and Charlize Theron are, like, executive producers. So, you know, I can forgive pretty much any issue the first episode has because unlike a lot of shows where it's like, oh, the first season is pretty boring. Once you get past the first season, it gets pretty good. 1 episode being bad, totally fine. If the other 9 are fantastic.
Yeah, I can see that.
So check out Mindhunter on Netflix. It's awesome. It's like Zodiac, the television show.
Yeah, which I actually like better because I can digest it 1 episode at a time instead of sitting down and watching a fucking 3-hour movie all in one sitting.
Hey, you know what? History will remember Zodiac kindly. It already has. There have been like multiple articles written where it's like Zodiac best Fincher film ever made ? So people are finally coming around on Zodiac.
Yeah.
Thankfully. I mean, people have society has an undescribable obsession with serial killers.
Yeah.
And like Zodiac was essentially just before its time. It really was.
Yeah.
If Zodiac had been made now, holy shit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it would be like one of the best received movies, you know, in recent memory or whatever. But, you know, we also thought that Blade Runner was going to be amazing and that people were going to fucking lose their minds over it. And the people who saw it did, but nobody fucking saw it. So
I was about to say, I've yet to lose my mind, so no spoilers. I'm going to do
It's
it.
about robots.
No!
An android's dream of electric sheep. God, no, fuck. God damn it. Oh, well, please head on over to cultureshock.com where you can find out more about today's episode. You'll find links over to iTunes where you can rate and review the show. You'll also find links to Patreon where you can kick a couple dollars our way. Donors get access to unreleased episodes, DVDs, and the chance to guest co-host a Kulturecast. You You can also follow me on Twitter at Kulturecast. You can follow Eric on Twitter at Tycho Magnetics. You can follow the website on Twitter at Culture Shocked. Big thanks, as always, to Eric and Wavoka for allowing us to use their song Lament.
You're welcome.
And to my good friend Justin Scott to Decipher for allowing us to use his song Two Step as the outro. And Phil for sitting down and talking with us about unequivocally the worst film ever made.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. You have sat through now 2 of the roughest movies for different reasons.
You know, I think I know my niche, and next time you just got heavy stuff, let me know.
All right.
Posted with the crew. You know how we do, I'm just 2-step. Drink in my right hand, phone in my other hand, getting to the money. Oh man, 2-step. Posted with the crew. Yeah. You know how we do.
Hey, 2-stepping, know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 1, 2. Benjamin, aka the Black T, you know what I'm saying? Catch me with my crew every day. 2-step. Oh, my phone in my other hand, like, hello? Oh, get into the money, man. Yeah.
The audio commentary. It's a dying art form, but here at One Track Mind, I, your wonky yet affable host Ryan Luis Rodriguez, analyze film through the prism of these embryonic forms of podcasting, one audio commentary at a time. Masterpieces, crapster pieces, live action, animation, cult classics, films literally no one has ever heard of. No track is too small, and no track is too big. Join me and my guests from the entertainment world as we keep these features alive every other Tuesday. Hey, who else is going to discuss Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey one week and Citizen Kane the next? Us, that's who. Sure, you have to put up with my voice, but there's a certain give and take in this industry. That's One Track Mind, part of the Someone's Favorite Productions family and available wherever you get your podcasts.